Yes. You know that charity that a lot of those in law enforcement think that I'm delusional, yes, bipolar, schizophrenic. I spent this morning explaining certain necessaries, proof of service, and these different legal requirements of due process. Yes. Now, let's see here. Okay. You had an actual settlement conference setting hearing on 9/14th of 2012. Yes. All of these documents were admitted to the court at that time. Declaration of my stepdaughter, Jessica Hodges. Yeah. Proposed parenting plan. Yeah. Child support worksheets. And a motion and declaration for a temporary order. Yes. And then I looked yesterday at the actual a number of days notice in Spokane County that you have to give a respondent. Yes. Let me see here. Temporary protection order. Yes. And then I looked at the domestic violence manual. Pooch, has there been any judges that have been reading that? Because somehow I think we're really way outside of the normalcy of the actual due process requirements of law. Now, I know you're a deputy fish and you believe that there are no laws. And you made me do one of these forensic evaluations. Yes. And then, let's see, reissuing protection order. I know I have it in here someplace. Oh. You don't think that there is any actual number of days that you have to give so as to protect the civil rights of citizens? Now it's in here. I know I'll find it. If not now, when I start the next video. Yes. Yesterday we went through the actual court case summary. Yeah. How many days? Because we got the calendar out. What judges, what sheriffs, what police officers are not living in reality? Have you gone completely bonkers? You have a court hearing, yes, and I have an actual right. Next appearance date, yes, written in the court's handwriting, an officer of the court. Is that who works right there next to Judge Landis and sits right there? Yes. And then somebody arbitrarily decides, no, that's not good for me. Pooch, I'm just going to change it on the court website, and then I'm going to arrest the guy if he doesn't show up on the 25th. How is it possible that the state of Washington doesn't realize the delusion of those that are spending the taxpayers' monies? I mean, it must be absolute insanity. And it's almost like Second Life. You're virtualized. You're in the come to find out family, and you really you don't really live in reality, do you? You have no idea how criminal it is what you've been doing. And in your mind, as long as you keep your job, there's no fucking way that I will ever be able to sue you for obstructing my right to defend myself. Well, whose signature is this? Whose signature is that? Oh. Is this normal? A $500,000 bail bond, Judge Landis? Seems excessive when Judge Porter's warrant for my arrest with $1,000. Yes. How about this whole concept of the two-count criminal complaint of cyberstalking and violating a no-contact order? Yeah. I never committed domestic violence or child abuse, according to the reasonable disciplining of children. Yes. And are you sure it's not a civil court case of the allegation of violating the restraint provisions of a protection order? Yes. Protection order where I didn't receive actual notice. There was no service by mail, service by publication. There was no service of the hearing at all. Are you sure that you're living in reality? Because looks to me like it's very criminal. Is there some judge that needs to admit themselves into a nice quiet place for yourselves? Because the shit you're doing, you'd have to be virtualized. It's kind of like looking at the image that somebody in a computer could design that looks like reality, but it's not. It's not a physical location on Earth. Yes. Looking at the intimate bodies of those in Second Life as models of the intimate apparel that could actually be designed for women. Those are not real women. Those are actually computer-generated designs of female bodies. And I keep telling you what the fucking law says. Now, are you in reality?